everyone, Kareem Ray here, and today I have Cody Green, who is in Madrid, Spain, working towards his professional career on with the state. Cody, how's it going?
It's going good, man. Today had a little bit of a day off, no training today, but ever since I've been in Madrid, it's been go, go, go. So just trying to stay sharp and continue pushing.
Nice. The last time we spoke was when I was in Florida. I'm back home in Canada, where you're from, Canada. Just, I know you personally, but just give the viewers a little bit of a background of who you are, where you come from, and where you are now.
So yeah, like Kareem said, my name is Cody Green. I've been playing football my whole life. Grew up in Brampton. Yeah, and I've been all over trying to play football, and somehow I've been dropped in Madrid, and now I'm here pursuing my dream that I've had since a little kid. So yeah, I'm now in Madrid from out of Brampton. That's really it right now.
Nice. So, Brampton's in Canada, Ontario, near the Greater Toronto area, guys, for the overseas viewers. But, Cody, you've went through the House League, rep, League One, you've played at A&D Academy. So, like, you have a lot of experience around Canada. And then what was the last team that you played for? Because I know you went to school. What was the last team that you played for before you went into school?
So the last team that I was with officially was Sigma FC.
Got it. And how'd you get into Sigma?
I had a friend that was there, and he kind of just set me up with the trial. I went through with the trial, and they wanted to keep me around the program, so I just made the team through a trial.
Got it. And how long were you at Sigma for?
I was there for about 2 years, and then I decided to move elsewhere. Actually, I was there for 2 years, and then COVID hit, so that was a bit of a rough patch, and then took some time off, and then at the beginning of last year, I started to get back on my grind because I had the opportunity to come to Spain. And since I came to Spain last August, I've been here since.
Got it. We're skipping a big piece, a big part here of your career, though. Like, after Sigma, didn't you go to school?
So like while I was with Sigma, I was at school. Yeah, I went to Humber College. I was there for 4 years. I won 2 national championships with them. And in my last year, I was actually captain of the team.
Nice. Yeah, I don't. Well, congratulations to the two dubs.
Thank you. Thank you.
First time I got to say that. How was that whole experience? Well, actually, first of all, like, what's the process for people that want to go to school as well, in here in Canada or in the United States or anywhere around the world?
For me, the process was a little bit different. Like I kind of went with things unorthodox. I literally went to an open trial and I managed to make the team through that. But the normal process is that you would kind of reach out to coaches, have your CV ready, which is basically your experience everywhere you've played, your coach's contact information, and just like your skills, your best attributes. So you would want to have your CV ready and also a highlight tape, so you're able to send that to the coaches so they can get a look at you. And once that's done, you probably get feedback and potentially have an opportunity to go and attend the school on a trial, or you might get a scholarship right off the bat.
Got it. So you said so what was your intention, right? Because you just went to a tryout and then you got picked up, right? Like, you weren't going full out. Like, I've heard stories where students are emailing coaches like crazy, looking for school, so on and so forth. But you seem like you went with a different approach.
Yeah, honestly, like my whole goal was to kind of not really go to school initially. And then I got stuck in a predicament where I was forced to go to school by my parents. And I kind of didn't have any options because I didn't put myself out there to go to the States or go to a different university in Canada. So kind of came last minute and I was like, okay, I'm going to Humber. They have a good football program. Let me just go try out and see what I can do. And it turns out that I did well at the tryouts, and not a lot of people make it through the open tryouts. I'm not even gonna lie. They have about like 200 kids that try out every year. So to make it through that is a bit difficult, but I managed to show myself and get a spot on the team.
Nice. Yeah, it's a big accomplishment. And again, like, winning, I don't know what the title is called, but you won 2 of them, 2 rings I've seen from Humber College.
Yeah, I guess it's a CCA CCAA national championship. So
Got it.
Canadian Collegiate Athletic Association.
Got it. So I haven't really looked into it too much. I don't know exactly what that is, but um, you know, do any players get picked up from professional teams?
I think now more so with the CPL coming in, it's a better opportunity. But when I was there, not too much. There are a couple of players that have gone through the collegiate program and went on to pursue their career and became professional. But I've been out of school for what, 2 years now, and that's when kind of the CPL and everything has changed. So it is a little bit different now. But I would say more so towards the university side, the kids are getting picked up to go pro, like in Canada.
Got it. You know, can we just add in what you studied as well?
So I actually did I did 2 programs at Humber College. I did fitness and health promotion, and I did business management.
Nice. Which one did you like more?
Um, I enjoyed fitness because it was a little bit more hands-on and active. I got to work out a lot, but I also did enjoy business because it gave me a different view on kind of what I could do with both of them. Essentially, like when I was in fitness, all I could really think of is being a personal trainer. But once I took business, it kind of intertwined with everything, and it allowed me to see that I can combine both of these and maybe make a business out of it.
Yeah. And you already have,
Without,
sorry, go ahead.
yeah, I was just gonna say without having to actually be a personal trainer, like I could make a business out of it without actually having to be a trainer.
Yeah. I think franchises like LA Fitness or like buying a franchise like Good Life Fitness or Planet Fitness are good business models. They already have the blueprint. You just have to come with the cash. But you
Yeah.
have experience yourself too, working with Shamar Wright, which is a personal trainer, sorry, that you've worked alongside too.
Yeah, our whole goal is like we've grown up in Canada and like there wasn't too much help for athletes per se. And like we just want to give back and be the influences and help kids if they want to get to the next level be able to do that.
Yeah, it's an amazing positive platform that you guys have. I've even trained personally with Shamar, and have we trained together? No.
No, not I don't think we've actually worked out together, but we've played a little bit here and there together. But
Yeah.
that's
Well, maybe one day in the future, hopefully,
yeah, we should get a
we'll work
session.
out and shit.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Yeah. And maybe football again too. We have played with each other. Yeah, back in the day. So now leading towards some more exciting times. I thought you were in Spain last year, but was it Spain or where were you before?
Oh yeah, I was in Spain. I was in Spain from August to November, and then I had to come home because of my paperwork situation. And then I managed to get my visa, and I came back in February this year.
Okay, yeah. So let's break it down a little bit more, right? So like you, this was, you had 2020, COVID happened, and then how'd you get the opportunity to go to Spain, right? Because you're here in Canada. There's
It was
not
actually
much going
yeah,
on in Canada, so
it was actually so random, bro. I won't even lie to you. Like I was at the verge of almost like hanging up the boots and giving up on football and like putting my mind elsewhere. And then I got a message on Instagram from this soccer consultancy, and we were in contact, chatting back and forth, and they gave me this opportunity to go to Spain with this international group. So they would basically house you, feed you, and supposedly set you up with a team, give you looks around Spain. So I said, you know what? Let me just give it a shot. Why not go to Spain, see what's up over there, see what the football's like, and give myself an opportunity to play somewhere. So I ended up coming to Spain. I trained with the academy that host for the first week, and we had a try. What would you call it? I guess it was a not a trial game, but just a friendly game for exposure. And after that game, the sports director of that club came to the villa that I was staying at and actually asked me to come train with that team. So I trained with them for a week, played a game with them against another Spanish team, and then after 2 weeks of me being in Spain, I was with that team. They asked me to stay for the 2021-2022 season. And ever since then, it's a roller coaster. I can't lie. So, like I said, I couldn't play the first month because my ICT, which is my international release, I wasn't like legally allowed to play in Spain until I got that. So I went from starting all the preseason friendlies to when the first game of the season came around, I wasn't able to play, and it took about a month for me to get that ICT. Then I started playing again. I was starting playing 90 minutes. And then I was in contact with my lawyer, and I ended up having to leave because of my visa. He's just saying you should go. You're not legally allowed to stay in the country and all that stuff. Ended up coming home. Was home for 3 months, and when I finally got my visa, I came back to a new manager and a completely different team. So that was a bit of a challenge for me. And yeah, I ended up leaving, and that's why I'm in Madrid now, pursuing new opportunities.
Got it. Yeah, it's way better than being here in Canada. Well, back in that time, 2021 to 2022. It's picking up back here, but still being in Madrid, Spain, that's where football is, right?
Yeah,
Um,
definitely. Like the culture around the game and the whole atmosphere itself is completely different.
got it. What's so different about it? What have you noticed?
Honestly, I think it's just that they live for football. Like everywhere you go, it's football. You just see open fields, you see cages. Everyone's just all the little kids are kicking football around in the park. Just like how you would see other sports at home, like football is the main sport here, and it's just like at home, I feel like we don't have to do certain things, but over here in Europe, like sometimes it's like life or death. They're playing literally to like for their life, and that's all they know, you know.
Mm, yeah, for sure. I've noticed that too, traveling around. Have you, first of all, I want to ask you, what is the ICT?
So I don't know. It's just an international release. So when I was in Canada, like I was a Canadian player, and in order to play in any different country, you have to get released from Canada. So you're able to, for me, example, I'd be able to play in the Spanish Federation.
Mm, got it. And then what type of visa were you holding for the 2020 to
So
2021?
I managed to get a student visa.
And how long did that process take?
Altogether, about 6 months.
And did you do
It
that
could
by,
have been, it could have been taken care of faster if I had hindsight and I was prepared to do it. But I wasn't prepared at all, which is why it kind of took way longer than it
and
should.
did you do it, you did it by yourself?
Well, I did it, yeah, I did it by myself with the help of a lawyer.
Got it. And how'd you know you needed a visa? Did the consultancy agency tell you about it, or?
Not really, if I'm being honest. I kind of just figured it out on my own, talking to people, talking with coaches, and all of that.
Yeah, that's interesting because like you would expect the agency to say, hey, these are the steps you need to take in order to stay in this country for this amount of time, and then so on and so forth, the steps to go further. I've been in this a similar situation, like in France. But what were you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say like when you're playing in the lower levels, like it's you really kind of left to fend for yourself.
Hmm.
And you don't really have a lot of help. So you really kind of have to do your research and figure out exactly what it is that you want and be prepared when you're gonna go take an opportunity, especially in a different country.
Yeah, but that's still interesting. I think my personal thoughts on the agency is that the agency should provide that information for you. You know what I'm saying? To
Yeah.
at least say, hey, like I get what you're saying, fend for yourself, of course, but at least these are the steps that you need to take to.
So yeah, like initially, like I paid for a month to like stay in the house, and I was signed with the team that I signed with, but I didn't have anywhere to live after the month, and they literally like once that month came out, they're like, "Yo, you're out of this house, bro.
uh,
Like you gotta figure it out."
so what'd you do?
Luckily enough, like I stayed with one of the good guys that was living at the villa because we made the same team for a week, and then one of my teammates was actually looking for a roommate, so somehow it just worked out that I ended up living with him.
Yeah, perfect time in the universe, right?
Yeah, literally.
Um, so now what visa are you holding now in 2022?
I'm still holding the same visa. So
Okay.
it's valid until the end of September.
Got it. And you didn't have no immigration lawyer help you with that. When you say a lawyer, what kind of lawyer do you have? An
Yeah,
immigration?
it was an immigration lawyer. Yeah,
It was?
yeah, it was.
Okay, proper. So yeah, they basically help you with the whole process.
So my assistant coach was ended up actually being from Canada, and he introduced me to the lawyer that helped him with his process, and we just went through the same process that he did.
Got it. You said
So
it's
they basically what they did is I enrolled in a coaching course, and I was able to get my visa through that.
a coaching course.
Yeah.
Wow, these are different steps here. So wait, are you able to mention the assistant coach from Canada? His first and last name?
Um,
Up to
I
you. Up
don't
to you.
remember his last name, but his name was Mo. His first name was Mo.
From what team? Where's he from?
He's from Toronto. I don't know what team he was with. His name was Mo Boyjan. I don't know if I'm saying it properly.
Don't worry about it. I'll ask about
It
you.
was so interesting to like be from Toronto and then go to Spain and then meet a coach from Toronto and I end up playing on the same team. Like
That's crazy. Awesome. So mention like what division, what league, what division and team you're playing for now, and what are your short-term goals and long-term goals?
So the initial team that I signed with was in the Prep division in Spain. They're called Atletico Benidorm. I was with them for about 4 months, and I just made a move to Madrid, which is yeah, I'm in Madrid, sorry, and I'm on trial with a club called Los Yemenes. They're in the same division in Madrid, but there's so many teams in Spain that like I would never play my team in Alicante with my team in Madrid. The way the system is set up is just that there's regions and you just play within your region. But for me, my short-term goals right now is to build my resume. Build my resume. I think I'm going to come home for the summer, grind, continue to stay fit and sharp, and hopefully come back to Spain for the upcoming season and play a division or two above for next season for about 4 months, see how that goes. And depending on how everything works out, I think I want to play in North America, either in the States or Canada in the new year. Just because it's a little bit closer to home. I think the lifestyle is a little bit better for me and I would be able to the language barrier. So yeah, that's kind of the next 6 to 8 months of what I want to do with my football career.
Got it. You got to be mentally strong, right? Like I know this personally from traveling to England and France and other places, the US. So what advice would you give to players about being mentally strong, sane, confident to be in another country? Because it's not easy.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy, and you're gonna go through things that you would never have to experience if you were at home. Literally, just from going to figure out how am I gonna get to practice with no car or whatever the case may be. I'm not even able to ask for a ride because I can't speak to my teammates. Or yeah, like for me, the initial experience was great, but once I came back and all these changes were made, it wasn't the best for me. And initially my coach spoke English, so we were able to relate. And I found that when I came back, he was strictly Spanish coach, and because I didn't speak Spanish, I felt like I got pushed to the side a little bit. And I just had to suck it up and just show what I was really worth and understand that it's not really about my ability, it's more so about the culture and being in Spain, and just that they're gonna stick with their Spanish people if that's what they want to do. You know what I mean? And I can only do so much. If I'm performing and I'm still not gonna play, then it's really like on to the next, like, which is why I made my move out here to Madrid. And I actually had my first practice with the new team yesterday, and they really liked me. So that goes to show that it's not really about your ability, it's just kind of where you are and the environment that you find yourself in, where you're gonna succeed and where you're not gonna succeed.
Yeah, that's a great point. And I think, I interviewed a player that plays in the NISA League yesterday, which is Division 3 in the United States soccer pyramid. One of a good piece of advice that he shared on the interview, he said, the game's full of opinions, right? So you'll have one coach that that doesn't like you or doesn't like your playing style, so on and so forth. And then you have a coach, what you're saying right now, that'll like you and be interested in you and give you an opportunity. So
Yeah, literally, like my first coach loved me. Like he was playing me 90 minutes. So when I came back to changes and I was getting kind of pushed to the side, I'm like, this is not what I came back here for, you know? Like
yeah,
I didn't expect things to be the same, but I didn't expect things to be the way they were when I got back. So I said, you know what? Like I'm in Spain now. I don't really have time to waste. So it's just if it's not working out somewhere, I just gotta get somewhere else.
got it. What year were you born and how old are you
I was born in 1997. My birthday is November 27th. I'm 24. I just turned 24 in November.
now?
So I'll
Okay.
be turning 25 at the end of this year.
Okay, got it. So yeah, you really don't have no time. It's crunch time right now.
Yeah.
And you know what? 20, you're turning 25, but I've heard players sign at like 20, 22 to 25. And the thing is though, is that in the US and Canada now, is that you go to college university at 18 and then you have 4 years. So 22 years old is the range you want to start getting in at.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. A player was saying that it's late in Europe, but it's not late in North and South America
Yeah.
in a sense.
Even in Europe, like it's weird. Like I would say like I'm approaching getting older, but there's still time to like play and make your way up. And if you really have a good season, you can go anywhere. Like I was playing with the guy this year that's played in the Liga. I played against guys that played in the Liga. So it's like I'm playing against experienced people and I'm still developing and I'm growing and I'm learning. So football's a weird sport. Like there's a guy on AC Milan that made his professional debut at 31 and now he's
Wow,
starting every game.
wow,
So
wow, wow.
it's crazy. It's all about like what you really want to do and just making it happen. So like if you believe in yourself and continue to go, there's nothing that can really stop you if you're good enough.
Yeah. Leading towards the end here, Cody. Let's talk a bit of, on the field things. Have you improved, and what do you? We'll start with how you improved.
Honestly, like technically, I think I've always been here as a player, but tactically and understanding the game, I think that's where I've been able to improve a lot coming to Europe and being in Spain, especially in Spain where the game is so tactical. It's not really about your physical ability, it's more about how you think the game and how fast you can think on and off the ball. So I think there, like being in Spain, that's what's helped me the most.
Got it. And you've played with a lot of guys over here in Canada, a lot of talented players. Do you think the level compared to Canadian players to Spanish players are way off, or do you think we compete with them?
I definitely like I've always said this, like I think Canada has a bunch of talent. Like it's just a matter of like when we were growing up, we didn't really have the outlets to go anywhere. Now doors are opening and it's a little bit of a different
A
story.
little bit.
A little bit of a different story. But I definitely don't think we're far off at all. It's just like I said, like the culture around the game and these guys play so much over here, but I really don't think we're too far off.
Yeah,
Especially the top ballers like out of Canada. Nah, I don't think we're far off at all.
for sure. Yeah, I mean, I feel it.
Like individually, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah,
maybe as team play, yeah, I think we're definitely have ways to go. But individually as players, nah, I don't think we're far off.
yeah. I agree with you too, man. Like when I went to England 2018 and France in 2019, like I was like, yo, there's players I know back home that are as good or better than these guys. You know what I'm saying? And
They have it, and there's so many places for them to play out here. So it's like, all right, yeah, they're
yeah,
gonna be somewhere because they're always looking for players, you know.
that's a fact. Um, last question before we lead into the fun questions. What's your most memorable soccer moment in your life?
Oh, okay. This one's never gonna leave me. But honestly, it was in 2018 when I was at Nationals. Played probably the craziest game of my life. We were up 2-0 in a national semifinal game. Um, Team came back, got a penalty. Our center back got a red card. Um, Game was 2-1 halftime. They This is now about the 82nd minute, team scores a free kick. Calm down in the 88th minute, score another goal to go ahead 3-2. And I'm like, nah, bro, there is no way we're losing this game. So we have about 5 minutes left in this game. We're hustling. I go down and run on the field, get us to about the 18-yard mark, and the ball goes out for a throw-in. I take the biggest throw-in I've ever taken in my life, and one of my players rises up and scores a header. So now the game's 3-3. Yeah? We end up tying and going to PKs, and I managed to score the winning PK of that game.
That's crazy. And
Yeah.
you don't take PKs like that, or you like
I
throughout
mean,
your whole career?
I've been in and out of taking PKs. For some teams, I would be the PK seeker. For other teams, I wouldn't. But I have a pretty good percentage taking PKs.
It's probably a crazy celebration and feeling that day.
Yeah, bro, it was crazy, something surreal. Like I'll never forget that moment.
I know I said last question. I actually have 2 more questions I actually want to ask. Something negative and then something positive. Just briefly, something quickly. Like you could just touch into like very quickly. So, 2020, we experienced COVID-19. How are you able to get, how was your experience and how did you bounce back and, be back in a positive state? Something quick.
Yeah, honestly, like I started coaching actually. So that's positive. I started coaching and realizing that even if I'm not playing, I'm still gonna be a part of the game. The negative thing during COVID would probably be that like I thought my career was done. I stopped. I forgot about football. I was still staying fit, but I wasn't playing as much as I would have liked to.
Yeah.
And I got the opportunity to go to Spain, which is what helped me really bounce back, and I started training again.
Yeah, nice. And then ending off with something positive. Liverpool Champions League semifinals next week. You got Liverpool playing the other team, and then you got Real Madrid and Man City. I want to talk about the Liverpool game first.
Yeah.
Liverpool's winning.
They're winning, yeah?
What do you think? I'm asking you. I'm saying Liverpool's winning, but
I think so, but Villarreal's been on a roll. I can't lie.
man. Yo, I'll show you. You gotta look.
Are you a Liverpool fan?
Liverpool fan and Mohamed Salah, but I'm not a diehard fan like that. I'm just saying that based off the stats.
I've been watching football a lot lately, and football is a crazy sport. I'm not gonna say nothing because anything could happen.
Okay, Real Madrid, Man City, who's winning that?
I think Man City.
Damn. Okay.
But I'm gonna try and go to that game. I'm right beside the Bernabeu.
Yeah, go, bro. What the hell?
I'm trying to go to that game. It's in 2 weeks, so I think I'm gonna get a ticket and go to that game, yo.
Fam, honestly go, because let me tell you one thing that I've experienced with traveling. I've had in my mind like, yo, I'm here, I'm gonna come back. You know what I'm saying? And I'll do it next time. But you never know, fam. And traveling is hard now.
And so I've really never
bro.
I've really never been to like a big football game like that. I've obviously been to professional games, but nothing to that state. Like Champions League semifinal, Real Madrid, Man City, like that would be crazy.
2022, bro, you have to go, fam. Yo, and when you go, take bare videos and pictures and send them to me.
I have to, bro.
All right, leading towards the end here with the fun questions. You gotta answer them quick, Cody.
Okay, cool.
All right, first one, who's your favorite team?
Manchester United.
Favorite player?
Oh, right now. Honestly, growing up with Neymar.
Favorite cleats?
F50s.
Favorite food?
Chicken.
Favorite artist musically?
Lil Uzi's one of them.
Uzi. Messi or Ronaldo?
Messi.
So let's just say me and you were about to play FIFA. We got $1,000 on the line. Who's your go-to team on FIFA?
Right now, like 2022?
2022.
Probably City.
Jeez, I'd slap you up with Liverpool, bro.
Yeah. I don't even play FIFA no more, so you probably would.
Me either, bro. I don't even have a console.
Neither do I, bro. The last console I got is a 360.
That's crazy.
No more video games, man. Focused.
Yeah, you're 25. You're turning 25 still. There's no time. 2 goals in a game or 1 goal and 1 assist?
1 goal, 1 assist.
Last 2, would you rather score a free kick or a PK last minute goal?
PK last minute goal or like Are those three separate questions?
No, would you rather score a free kick or a PK as a last minute goal? Like, which one would you rather, a PK or a free kick goal?
Free kick.
And then last one, if you're a coach and you're able to sub in any player in history, who would it be, dead or alive?
Ronaldinho.
Jeez. Cody Green. Cody, before we go, I just want to thank you for taking the time for joining us on the One Soccer Nation podcast today.
Thank you for having me, man. I appreciate it, and keep doing what you're doing, man. It's a great thing. Keep helping the youth, and let's just make Canada Soccer great, bro.
100%. Appreciate it.